Alright, so probably Phoenix probably has removal. I'm going to lead with Hardened Scales over Elf so that we can maybe overload stuff later. Next turn we can go Braintree Elf or Braintree Scales, or we can just go Scales. Pierce is fine. I think no matter what we did, he's probably got us covered. But luckily our hand is pretty good against a bunch of interaction. Lands of spells. Scavenging Ooze is probably good enough. Scavenging Ooze is probably something we should be playing. I know, no, what you call it there is pretty good. I'm gonna go either Scales or Scales Elf, depending on if this gets countered, I'll play Scales. If this doesn't get countered, I'll play Elf. Consider puts Phoenix into the graveyard. Alright, I'm just assuming that they're going to be able to get Phoenix back if I play Elf, so I'm going to wait a turn to play it. We'll just play another Scales. A Ledgerman. I will just play an Elf. If it dies, it dies. At this point, it's not a big deal. Next turn, we can maybe go Braintree Vivian if we draw land. They didn't have the removal spell, so now I feel like super dumb for not playing Elf early. But that's also possible that Eddie's just trying to make sure you can get Phoenix back, and one of the ways to do that is to make sure you play the removal spell on your own turn. Think this would be a food draw? It would be a food draw, I agree. Free the Fae. Finds Fire Impulse, so very likely that we're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, my unconventional lead with Hardened Scales over Elf got me punished by Spell Pierce, but also perhaps led to a cascade of bad things. If I play Elf early, it probably dies. But maybe we don't get Phoenix this turn, but maybe it just doesn't matter. At least it's consider and not Treasure Cruise. Put another Phoenix to the graveyard. Blessed day. Blessed day. Okay. Ursa's coming in. The rest is junk. So I'm going to trim one Ozolith and one Hardened Scales, I think. Maybe one Vivian Arcbow. Arcbow is much better against creature-based strats. They have a lot of like spell pierces and ways to attack it with flyers, so it's less effective in this matchup than most. Voracious Hydra maybe comes in over an Innkeeper's Talent. Have a big thing that can fight a Ledger Shredder. It's unlikely my Vivian's going to get to do the minus. So Cam, you really don't like Shredder? You'd like it a lot if you played with it. I quite love it. But I think that people play it really badly. I think you should just cast it on turn 2 a lot, because it's like a Punisher mechanic. Like, people don't really understand that it's a Punisher mechanic. They just think that it only works on your stuff, basically. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact they just miss the loot on their opponent's turn when you're playing IRL a bunch. That happens all the time. Opener. Honestly, these Vivians are looking kind of shitty. Wish I had sided another one out. I'm gonna keep. People miss triggers? I agree. People be missing triggers. I'm gonna play Scales first in case we draw a third land for a Paw Patch. I'd rather have the kicker on that. All right, I'll just play one now, and then I'll hopefully draw land for another one. Playing it here just into removal without it having anything to target for the kill on it is a bummer. That's just kind of how it goes. So one drop, it can't do it all. So 1 mana, 2/1. In a color that doesn't usually get that type of thing. I think the kicker on it's really sweet, especially with Llanowar Elves. But if you don't have Elves or third land, it looks a lot worse. If I get Spell Pierced again out of my mind. Classic Phoenix. Just getting burned. This is why Phoenix is the best deck, man. They got wastes around everything. Creatures, non-creatures, lots of card draw. Ledger Shredder, Phoenix, both excellent. Here's the Birdman. All right, I'm just going to concede. Ooh, another 6-land opening hand. This looks juicy, chat. This is what I get for playing on Strong Sad instead of the Daybreak Count. Daybreak Count is blessed. I'm going to put back one of the Hydras. I don't know what I'm playing against, but I know that like I want to go Elves and kind of curve. Ooh, Phoenix again? Phoenix again, chat? Profs? Profs? Alright, I'm going to just cast this with Offspring here. Because I think they're likely to start targeting my stuff next turn, and this is just going to put a bunch of counters on stuff. Interesting that they played this on blue, but they might not have had another land. And Sleight of Hand might have found Island. They put Lightning Axe in the bin? Okay. This is my type of Phoenix draw. No red mana. Ah, no red mana, tap lands? That's when I play Phoenix, that's what happens to me, chat. Jesus Christ. It's working! It's working! That's what happens when our elves don't die, chat. We probably should be splashing black off of some dual lands and playing like Winding Constrictor, or we should be splashing white for the other one. It's happening! And they just don't have red mana to kill my shit. See, Eddie? All right, Eddie, this is why, and I don't want to shit on you or whatever, right? But I'm just going to say, my opponent did not know what I was playing. And so they kept a hand that was just like very light on red mana and ways to interact with my creatures. And the subconscious knowledge of you that you have of the matchup because you were watching the stream means that you have perfect mulligan information. And again, this is not like you did something insanely wrong. Everything's fine. You're great. I love you. You're great. It's pretty good though. Paw Patch plus Hard Scales is crazy. And this will be one bigger, but also fight plus smash. See, everything's working great now. Here comes Treasure Cruise. Let's see if they can clear 3 creatures at 1 life. This also tramples, by the way, which is pretty sweet. Maybe I should have put all the counters on it. I don't know. Oh, I can't. Massive backfire. No, we can watch that match. We can watch that match back, Eddie, if you want. I would love to, we can maybe play a game, and I'll just, like, watch you play every turn, and then tell you what I would do differently, if I would do anything differently. Okay, so Herson, Vivian's out. I think I'm going to bring in some Picker Poison because Ledger Shredder is so annoying. And I think I'm just going to cut all the Arc Bows. Shatterspire, and Talent. I would probably actually, you know what, chat? I'm probably just better off not playing the Nykthos Burning Tree stuff and just doing like Elf, Paw Patch, Hardened Scales, token generators for Nissa. But the Burning Tree seems so free, and the Nykthos seems really good with Vivian. But I think I've trapped myself into building like a bad end game when I could just have a much more powerful early mid game, maybe even with like Mutavaults or something. You know? All right, we'll keep this hand for sure. Hopefully our elf survives. Oh, they play turn on island. So if they play Ledger Shredder on 2, my elf survives, but perhaps unlikely that happens. Chariot with Nissa slaps. Yeah, maybe it's Eskus Chariot. Makes copies. Makes tokens. Alright, so we'll just play Hearse, and I'm not going to use it yet. And now I just hope they don't play Ledger Shredder. If they play Ledger Shredder, my Nissa looks really bad. Okay. Free Hearse? I mean, is it free? Is it free if I didn't get to play Hardened Scales and they don't have anything worth targeting and they play Ledger Shredder? This is why, Eddie, you've been playing the deck a lot already, right? Like, you know that this card's good against you, but it's not nuts against you. You can brute force through it with Treasure Cruise too, which is kind of sick. But this is also why I brought in ways to kill this. Burn Tree's only bad versus Shredder, though. It's bad with a Nykthos in your opener, and it's just a 2/2. It's just a body, and it doesn't really add a ton to the strategy other than being a body that fuels Nykthos. You know, it's not a token generator. It's not Bristly Bill. All right, we're going to go for the same play as last game where we go Paw Patch in with Kicker. Paw Patch with Kicker has felt awesome, by the way. And so now I want to maybe try, maybe we could do like a green-red Hardened Scales or something. Mostly I just think Paw Patch, Hardened Scales, Nissa seems really cool. And now I just kind of want to try more stuff with that. And it doesn't have to be mono green. I just like building mono green scales every now and then because I just want to see if it's good. All right, so this is a force target. Tandy, would you add Razorkin Needleheart to a Turka Red or maybe just sideboardish? I don't love that card. I don't think it's bad, but it certainly just seems like just another thing. If that makes sense, like it's just another thing that deals damage or whatever. And it costs 2. And I think the 2-drop slot is just like extremely there's just so much what's called competition. There's so much competition for it. All right, I'm going to crew the hearse, I think. This gives them 1 turn to treasure cruise, but it's going to be an expensive cruise. And I think it's more damage and more counters this way. And any creature off the top has a chance to crew. Except Elf. Sick turn? I thought so. Giving them the Shredder, though, means now they can cruise. I'm hoping they don't have another land. They've been missing land drops a bit. But it's very easy for them to find land when you draw 18 cards. This can still get axed. We can still get phoenixed. 9. Never forget. They're going face. Does this have mana value? It does have mana value. These might be too big for them to kill. This might be game. If it's not game, that's fine. I have no other way to interact. Bounce? No way that bounce. That's so sick. All right, let's bring back the Innkeeper's talent on the play. We can maybe get him. I still like the pick your poisons, paw patches. The Tumblewag's got to be bad against 1-mana removal. Maybe we should do a Beseiju for a Nykthos. The Nykthos is just unlikely to matter and unlikely to get off the ground against all the removal. The Beseiju tapping for green could help early. I'm going to keep. If I draw a land, I'm golden even if my thing dies. If I don't draw a land, I still have more stuff to play for just the one. I want to see if this Ornery Tumblewag's any good. Gets counters immediately. Draw a card, draw a card. Come on. Axe Phoenix. Cool. Land. Land, 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 land. I'm going to play Scales. I could have played 2 Scales, but I think, or I could play Burning Tree Elf, but I think Elf Scales is better. Because then if my Elf survives, I get to go Brushwag and start putting counters on stuff. So if I Burning Tree, I can only play 1, right? And so I want to get both of these into play because I want Brushwag or Tumblewag and Hardened Scales in play at the same time. Mostly to make it a 4 so it dodges everything but Axe. Also, I want to play around Spell Pierce. Alright, so we'll go for Burning Tree into Ornery Tumblewag, and hopefully that survives. They didn't kill Elf, and I assume they would have killed Elf if they had it. Okay, so now I'm going to put 2 counters on itself. So it dodges everything. Or dodges Fire Impulse, rather. Alright, so far this felt good. I kind of want to play 4 now. Because when I played it, it just could target itself, which was nice. Free the Fae, sure. They found an Axe, so now they can axe the Brushwag. But these will be big. Alright, well, we got 2 large creatures. And I wish I had put this on something else now. But then they could have Fire Impulse instead of axing. Now they get to cruise. They can probably bring back Phoenix. Treasure Cruise and then tank. That's probably good. Not. Oh, just another lightning axe. Just a 3rd lightning axe shot. That's all. Just 3 of them. They ate their Phoenix. They decided that eating their Phoenix was correct. I don't know what universe you live in, chat. That is not a universe that I live in. Profs? Sure. This will let them maybe outscale the hardened scale stuff, but maybe not. If they just play Picklock and make it like a 3-5 or whatever, I think that's great news for me. We can just minus Nissa. Maybe we'll draw something else to put a bunch of counters on stuff. Their treasure cruises must have been absolutely terrible, man. Well, that was a good drop. They have to block now, and my creature should be too big for them. Classic hardened scales. They chump here, take 8 down to 3. Maybe we should be playing Primal Might in the sideboard. Maybe that's the one, since it works with Nykthos. Wow! Wow! Chat, am I about to beat Phoenix? My guess is no. Just throwing that out there. I think they're going to Petty Theft and block. That's what I think. Okay, but you see how that doesn't do anything, right? Yeah. We're on the play. I'm going to keep this extremely shitty opener. Unless I draw a land, then it's the perfect opener. Gigantha. Okay. Well, my elf might survive, because Gigantha probably means Rakdos shitters. Oh, chat. This could be a really nice one. If we draw a land, chat, this could be a really nice hand. Oh, maybe we got something cooking here, chat. In fact, I think I actually figured it out. I think I just realized what I need to do, and none of you are going to believe me. But we need to splash a color, and we need to get rid of the Nykthos stuff. But I think I figured it out. Humano. Happy I'm playing scales? Yeah, I did it just for you, honestly, and then you just come in and beat my ass in the first game. Okay, so we go Burning Tree. Then we go Scales and Talent. That's 2 counters. That's 2 counters every turn. Is that good or bad? I don't know. Chat, can you tell me if this is good or bad? Yeah, but this part sucks. We need more things that are variable mana cost that cost 3. This is fine, but it's a little weak, I think, in this year. Without Nykthos. We need stuff that works without Nykthos. And the red card, chat, and you're going to think I'm awesome for this. It's... What's it called? Called Darren? Thrill Seeker. That's the one. No blocks. I'll take it. Yeah. There you go. Stone Coil? Stone Coil is just like too weak on raid, I think. But Voldaren Thrill Seeker is like perfect on raid. See, but we were doing... Oh! 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 It's gonna double. They can't ever kill it if I just double. Game over, chat. Oh yeah, Scales Army. It's all coming together, chat. This is why we play 3 Nykthos instead of 2, just so we can do this. Just so we can play an 11-12 Hydra on turn number 2. Turn number 3. It is, Indy. It is. I wish it was not. I was part of the reason why it was banned in Pioneer. I don't want to say I'm the reason, but I am part of the reason. You know, Joey, I put it in for a second, and you didn't say anything, and so I thought you'd maybe left, and so then I cut it. And I said, we don't play enough spells for Mana Gorger to be good. But I have Tumblewag, which has looked pretty good so far. Okay, so this like doubles counters or something, right? Oh no, what happened? Wait, does war to stop my stuff? Oh, I thought it doubled the counters on it. I'm stupid. Force them to block with everything. This is 18. They have 6 toughness, so they have to triple chump. I'm sorry, Joey. I'm sorry. I tried. I think this is lethal. Through the block. Am I done? It was 20. I don't even know what they were at. They were at 14. They blocked 5, so they went to 2. Okay. If I die to the slick shot, chat, I'm gonna be very upset. Very upset. Alright, petitioners. I'm gonna cut a Nykthos for a Boseiju. And we're gonna cut arc bows for petitioner, I guess. Just stay very cheap, low to the ground. Gracious Hydra in over Ozolith. Quick maps. Yeah, I don't know. Doing my best out here. Loading this piece of shit hand. Hand's great. Go back force probably. Another elf. If I knew I was gonna draw elf, I would have put back a land. Or put back the elf instead of a land. The spear. On red. Probably don't have too many black spells in their deck after board. Probably just Fatal Push. Alright, no blocks for sure. Yeah, Monstrous Rage for medium damages. Now we can go Burning Tree Talent Elf, or we can go Burning Tree Nissa minus, or maybe even Nissa plus for chumps. But this is a problem. Not a problem right this second, but it will be a problem. Alright, so we'll go Elf Talent. The MVP is out? Yeah. You read the article. Alright. They send both? Oh my god, they sent neither. Chat. 101 for playing aggro? You can bluff here, easily. I don't even know if I would block. I don't even know if I would block, chat. Bye, Gigantha. Bye, Gigantha has been called. So this is going to fight here. At the very least, I think sending with Heartfire Hero is fine. Sending with both is just like an immense show of strength. I guess I'm forced to block, so if you have absolutely nothing, it's bad. And I guess that's just what they had, was just absolutely nothing. Alright, I'm going to just say go, and I might double block if they send, since they didn't have anything last turn. 1 Monstrous Rage only puts it to 4 toughness, and Titan Strength only puts it to 5 toughness. And so it's a little hard for them to grow it out of range. Okay, come on, chat. Is there a way to lose from here? Yeah. Running Titan Strengths and Burn together. One Titan String burned together kills me. In case you're unaware of how that works. They didn't have it last turn. I'm gonna just hope they don't have it this turn. But we are dead to a pump spell plus burn together anyway. Even if they, but we're not dead to 2 pump spells. And so this attack, I think, plays both angles where I can close the game if they just go for Gigantha this turn. If I'm dead, I'm dead. And holding back my stuff could keep me from dying. But I think that we are dead to a lot of stuff no matter what we do. And so they have Titan Strength, right? And so if they have Burn Together to finish me off, I'm already dead. The attack did nothing, right? Because of the Heartfire Hero's ability. And so if they have it, they have it. There's literally nothing I could have done. Yeah. Very cool. Is there a way to lose from here? Nah. 1 second later. Yeah. The Burn Together is a very powerful new addition to the strategy. It works really nicely with Heartfire Hero for massive damage. And so, while normally playing big creatures on defense would be very good against them, they have a unique attack that is very difficult to beat, but we have Citizen Petitioners to help out with that. We just haven't drawn one yet. If we had drawn Citizen Petitioners, we would have casted that turn to just gain 100 life. Maybe if I had drawn a land, I would have went for Voracious Hydra Fight, but I don't know if that would have worked out well in the long term. Okay, so this hand is fine. We're gonna go Elf into Brushwag or Tumblewag, whatever it's called. If they play Heartfire here, I might fight it on 2. If they kill Elf, I'll play Town on 2. Yeah, the fact that it's in Standard is really gross, and I'm surprised I don't see more of it. But I guess the Monstrous Rage is all you got. But with the new set, it might be way better because you have the +3/+0 Manifest Dread if it dies. And I think that card's quite good. Our Heartfire Hero. I wasn't sure which one to expect. I am going to kill this now in case they might just not have another creature. That happens every now and then where you can kind of catch them with nothing. But here, mostly, it's like this. It's going to grow out of control, and it's obviously the most scary one if they have ways to buff it. Hopefully, they just play Kumano or something. I wonder if they had a choice between that or kill Elf. Emberheart. Okay, so we can't block. We'll definitely take the 2. Good old Mono Green Stompy. No attack here is unhinged. All right, we don't get to do anything with the extra mana. Maybe I made a mistake, but I don't think so. And we'll put counter on the Hydra, and because blocking is basically impossible against my opponent's deck, I will attack because they're tapped out. Now, if we draw a Hardened Scales, we'll go kind of crazy. Innkeeper's Talent and another Ornery Tumblewag next turn is going to lead to some extremely good saddling and counters being kind of spread around so I can attack for a massive. They have this turn to hit me for free, and then next turn they can kill me, and I think that's the only time they're going to be able to do that. Killing my Voracious Hydra is... I'm very happy about that. I do not care about that one. They reveal a Raven Upper Rune. So they do hit a land drop. That is a bummer. Usually you want them to hit a spell that's uncastable or whatever. Or a land after they've already played a land. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Okay. So we won't be able to stop that one. So Reckless Rage next turn on that one's pretty scary. But we might be able to do Innkeeper's Talent. The problem is that they took out some of my devotion. So if I don't know if I'm going to be able to do everything. Well, and then we just draw the man. The myth, the legend. Mr. Saddle bags himself. All right, so we'll go talent. We'll go for Tumblewag. And put a counter. And then we'll saddle. And next turn I can do talent, and then all my stuff does 2 counters instead of 1. But I'll put everything on this Tumblewag so that it doesn't die. And they have to pay a mana if they want to interact with it. It'll level the talent this turn, but not play the other Tumblewag. And now I get to attack and double the counters on it. And I could just do it next turn. The double counters is cool, but it's like I'd much rather have board presence and then double counters when I have nothing else to do. Sub Raph. Would have been quad counters if you leveled. Yes, but I wouldn't have this, and it would be. I just wouldn't have more things to spread them thin on targets. So if I just play Burning Tree, this plus the level up. Let's see, I have Burning Tree. I don't play this. I have Nykthos for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so I go 1 for this, 4 for that. So I leave like 2 mana floating. I have 1 fewer creature, but this is slightly larger. Is it even true that it's slightly larger? So I have 2 things putting counter, so it'd be a 6, so it'd be a 10. So I lose 2 damage, but I have a Brushwag in play. Tumblewag. Yeah, we've been very good about being able to use all our mana. It's been making sure that we have the mana, which has been a problem. Elves dying, missing land drops, 1-landers on the play. I don't think like Oath of Nyss is the fix though. Would have been much larger. This only doubles the counters that you add, not total counters. And so, I don't know, man. Whatever. Go fucking get a protractor and an abacus. I don't care enough. I really don't care enough. It's definitely not 16. Well, I'll say definitely not. I don't know. Maybe it was 16. All right, so Reckless Rage is going to kill this. So we don't have any blockers. Let's see if we get combo killed by... I think Monster's Rage plus Burn Together is lethal here. And if that's what we die to, then man, maybe I should just be playing this deck only. But I want to test other stuff out too. They have a Kumano in Exile. Okay, so this is the same as Monstrous Rage. This is 8, 12, 13. I'm at 6. So Burn Together kills me, but that's it. We'll see. Let's just hope they don't have Burn Together. I mean, I'm assuming they have it if they're playing this slowly and attacking with everything. This is 8, 12, 13. So like one more buff spell also does it. Man, son of a bitch. All right, chat, that's going to do it for stream today. I'm just going to drop. Next fun, though. Not good. Who cares? Maybe tomorrow. I'll work tonight on something that's like a Gruul version with, what you calls it? Vivian, Voracious Hydra. These cards are kind of shitty. Maybe we can find cards in another color to help support. Burning Tree for green and red 2-drops. Maybe there's some more cards with Offspring we can check out in the red with, I know there's Manifold Mouse, but there might be another one that we want to try. Tumblewag looked okay. Innkeeper's Talent looked great. Probably cut Ozil's Shattered Spire. Paw Patch looked fine. Maybe play 23 lands. We'll see. Thanks for watching. I'm going to just head out. Y'all have a good rest of your day.